Have you ever looked up at a stormy sky and felt a sense of awe, a shiver of raw power? That feeling is ancient. It's the same one that inspired the Romans to worship a god so powerful. He not only ruled the heavens but also shaped the destiny of the world's greatest empire. Today, we're journeying back in time to meet the king of the gods himself, Jupiter, the supreme Roman deity of the sky, thunder, and justice. His story is more than just mythology. It's the story of Rome itself, etched into its temples, its laws, and its very identity. So, where did this all-powerful god come from? Jupiter's tale begins with a prophecy and a rebellion. He was the son of Saturn, the titan who ruled the cosmos. But Saturn lived in fear, having been told that one of his own children would overthrow him, so he devoured each of his offspring at birth. That is, until his wife Ops couldn't bear it any longer. She hid her youngest son, Jupiter, and tricked Saturn into swallowing a stone instead. Raised in secret, Jupiter grew into a formidable god. He returned to challenge his father, forcing him to release his swallowed siblings, Neptune, Pluto, Juno, Ceres, and Vesta. Together, they waged a cosmic war against the Titans, and after a long and brutal battle, Jupiter emerged victorious, claiming his throne as the new ruler of the universe. As king, Jupiter's authority was absolute, and his symbols were unmistakable. First, there's the lightning bolt. Forged by the Cyclopes, it wasn't just a weapon, it was a tool of divine justice, hurled from the heavens to punish wrongdoers and enforce his will. Then there's the eagle, the majestic king of the birds, his personal messenger, soaring between the heavens and the earth. Finally, the scepter, a simple yet profound symbol of his sovereignty and his role as the ultimate judge. These weren't just objects, they were extensions of his power, a constant reminder to gods and mortals alike of who was in charge. Jupiter's reign was filled with epic tales of war, love, and destiny. One of his most defining moments was the Gigantomachy, the battle against the giants who tried to storm Mount Olympus. He led the gods in a desperate defense, his thunderbolts raining down upon the monstrous invaders, ultimately securing the divine order for good. But his life wasn't all war. Jupiter was also famous for his many love affairs, which often had world-changing consequences. From these unions came legendary figures like Mars, the god of war, Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, and the hero Hercules. Each story, whether a grand battle or a complicated romance, added another layer to his myth, showing him as not just a king, but a complex and active force in the world. But Jupiter wasn't just a figure of myth, he was the very heart of Rome. His official title was Jupiter Optimus Maximus, meaning best and greatest, and his temple on the Capitoline Hill was the most important religious site in the entire city. This wasn't just a place of worship, it was the spiritual and political center of the empire. Triumphant generals would end their parades here, giving thanks for their victories. Treaties were signed under his gaze, and major political decisions were made with his blessing. The annual Roman Games were held in his honor. To be a Roman was to live under the watch of Jupiter. His presence was a constant, unifying force that bound the sprawling empire together, from the common soldier to the emperor himself. This profound influence naturally spilled over into Roman literature. You can't read the great Roman epics without feeling Jupiter's presence. In Virgil's Aeneid, the foundational story of Rome, Jupiter is the master puppeteer of fate. He's not just a background character, he's the divine engine driving the plot, ensuring that Aeneas fulfills his destiny to found the Roman race. He guides, he punishes, and he prophesies, shaping the narrative from on high. His speeches reveal the grand plan for Rome's future glory. Through these stories, Roman writers didn't just entertain, they reinforced the idea that Rome's power and destiny were divinely ordained by the king of the gods himself. Of course, when you talk about Jupiter, you have to talk about his Greek counterpart, Zeus. As the Roman Empire expanded, it absorbed many cultures, and the Romans were masters of syncretism, blending their gods with local deities. Jupiter and Zeus are the most famous example. While they share origins and many myths, like their control over thunder and their status as king of the gods, there were key differences. Jupiter was often seen as more dignified, a more stately and serious figure focused on law, order, and the fate of the Roman state. Zeus, on the other hand, was often portrayed with more volatile and human-like passions. Across the empire, Jupiter was also fused with other sky gods, creating unique local versions of his cult, showing how Rome adapted its most important god to fit its diverse provinces. This powerful figure has been an endless source of inspiration for artists throughout history. In ancient times, sculptors strived to capture his majesty, creating iconic images of a mature, bearded god, radiating authority and power. You can see his stern, commanding face on Roman coins, a daily reminder of his and the emperor's rule. During the Renaissance and Baroque periods, painters like Rubens and Carracci rediscovered these myths, filling massive canvases with dramatic scenes from his life battles, romances, and moments of divine judgment. From ancient marble statues to dynamic Baroque paintings, the artistic legacy of Jupiter is a gallery of power, showing how each era has tried to capture the face of the divine king. So where is Jupiter today? You might be surprised. His legacy is all around us. Look up at the night sky, and you'll see the largest planet in our solar system, named Jupiter by ancient astronomers in his honor. His name echoes in our language, in words like jovial, which originally meant someone born under the influence of the planet Jupiter, and was believed to be cheerful and happy. He pops up in movies, video games, and comic books, often as a template for powerful kingly figures. The eagle, his sacred animal, remains a powerful symbol of strength and freedom, adopted by nations and organizations all over the world, including the United States. The king of the gods may no longer be worshipped in temples, but his shadow looms large over our modern culture. From a hidden baby who escaped a terrible fate, to the ruler of the cosmos and the divine guardian of Rome, Jupiter's story is a timeless epic of power, justice, and destiny. He was more than a myth. He was a reflection of Rome's own ambition and its belief in a divinely ordained future. His legacy shows us how powerful stories can be, shaping an empire and continuing to resonate thousands of years later. What do you find most fascinating about Jupiter? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this journey into the ancient world, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories from history and mythology. Thanks for watching.